Hi all, Hal here with more Space Engineers, and today we're just kind of hanging out. Got a little bit to do, wanted to talk to you about what's going on today, and give you an update on where we are. But first, we have to get started, so let's go. So happy Monday, everybody. Hopefully you had a fantastic weekend and are having a terrific week thus far. We've done a little bit of change. Just want to show you what we've gotten going on the ship itself. We've actually moved the cargo lifter onto the bottom of the ship. It's now just kind of hanging out there because the hangar space, we want to build a new ship. And we've gone ahead and done some updates on the design in here as well. So as you can see, we've got everything welded up. I've started doing the paint job. I kind of like the way that this the gray on white came out, so we may keep that, and I need to change that little beastie right there. I'm still trying to decide on whether or not I like the carbon fiber finish, or if I'm going to go back to the default worn and torn look. So for now though, we're gonna go with the default stuff. Alright, so we want to build a ship that lets us get from here down to the planet and back again. The cargo lifter does that, but the problem that we have with the cargo lifter is that it can't really be used as a base. So what I want to do is I want to build, we talked about this, I don't know, maybe about a week ago now. I wanted to build basically a ship that I can use as a portable command base. Just a small explorer craft kind of thing. Basically it'll dock and be somewhere in this beast when it's done. We may even use it up here, this little docking area that we set up. We might set it up for use over here, which might not actually be a bad idea. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would actually be, yeah, pretty wide, small ship. Now, because we are doing this with small blocks, and I want to do this specifically with small blocks because, like I said, I don't want it to be something that is repurposed into a frontline combat craft, because I have a tendency when I build large ships to start overarming them. So, yeah. Now, since we are doing this, I've gone ahead and loaded the Small Ship Go Large mod. For those who aren't aware of this mod, what it does is it gives you access to a lot of the large grid items in a small grid form factor. Now, I don't remember if it will add... Yeah, it does. Alright, so you have the large grid variant. Well, you get the large grid item, but it's mountable to the small grid. And that's not going to mount there because there we go. So we could actually have a large refinery with us. Not going to do that. The reason I loaded it though is because I want things like the bed unit. Let's get you out of there, because he said the bed should work on small grid now. Interesting. Did it not update? I may need to re-download the mod. So, but supposedly the DLC items are supposed to be there now. So I'm not quite sure what's going on. Yeah, I'm gonna have to gonna have to probably re-download the mod. But yeah, basically what I want to do is to have it set up so that we can have a little bit more control over the vehicle design. So that's why we're going with the small grid. It allows us to put a little bit more detail into the work. So yeah, on that note, let's go ahead and start getting some of this in here. Since we can go 5 blocks, that would be, to give you an idea here, it's going to be, there you go. Alright, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 2, 3. Alright, so basically we can go that wide with it. And that's just the forward section. I mean, that is an amazing amount of space for a small block build. I'm not sure we will actually go that wide, honestly. What I'm thinking is that we will bring that in 4 blocks. That should still be even, right? 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6. Yes, okay. All right, and then that's still probably wider than it needs to be. And honestly, it's probably wider than it will end up, but that does give me an idea of basically what my max width is. And how far back can that go? Yeah, actually everything has to fit within that. Okay. Because the reason being is that we need it to be able to dock here. And we don't want it to basically get stuck up against this kind of stuff. So what we'll probably do is I'll probably offset mount a landing gear on it to operate as to behave as a docking clamp, which gives us a little bit more room on it. So it'll actually dock in there. So we're going to bring that down 3. Which means I did actually do this right. I hope. So it's going to come down, actually. And we want you to sit there. All right. I know what we'll probably do is something. Probably end up doing some detail work with this thing, where we're doing something like, I don't know. Something like this. And we bring this out. Yeah, bring it out like that. I know, we haven't even gotten into the actual design yet and we're already greebling. Alright. So we'll end up with something that looks probably something similar to that. And it just gives you an idea of where we're basically going with the overall design. So yeah, we'll end up with something like that where we'll have basically it becomes a docking clamp. Let me see here. Can we? You are blocked there, so we could do that. So we're going to be doing a lot of welding as we go, because, you know, space engineers being what it is here. And we want you. We choose you, Pikachu. Okay. There we go. And one more. Yeah, so you guys get to see the whole boring thought process here. Alright, and there. Okay, we're done. No. Oh, now see, I could put this thing on a piston and really mess with the whole design, but I think we're gonna leave it like it is. And then for down here, what we'll probably end up with is something that goes a little something like that, probably. And then this whole thing will just come across. I mean, I could recreate that same design that we did up in there, and I might come back and do that. But for now, we're just trying to get everything organized here. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. And
energy low.
Yeah. Okay. So basically what we're doing is trying to come up with a exterior hull design that will give us a foundation to work from. And with the amount of space that we have in here, I'm actually going to be able to seal this. We'll be able to make this airtight, which is going to be odd for a small ship. Ah. Okay, first thing we need to do is get gravity on this thing. Like I said, this might come out, but I would rather go ahead and weld up some of the basic stuff for now. We want, actually, do it this way. We're going to get you out of there, and just going to grab a passenger seat. And this is just for convenience of recharging. Alright, so, yeah, as far as the progress has gone. We are still in orbit around the alien planet. And we have actually been attacked now by a couple of AI. We actually had a pirate scout come through. It got within missile range, and we have enough weapons on board the ship that the ship is able to defend itself effectively. It was able to shoot down the missiles as well as the ship that was coming in. So outside of large ships, like massive attack craft coming in, we should be okay in orbit. Having said that, what's going to happen is that we're going to build this little ship, get down to the planet, and it's going to be raining chunks of our large ship down on us. Speaking of, I probably should put parachutes on the big ship just in case. Oh. Alright. We have power. Whoa! Oh, hello. Alright. So this is actually going to be... This might not be a bad idea. So if we go... How do we want to do this? I mean, effectively, we want something that basically comes up something like that, I think. Now the question is do we want to have it do the transition over 2 blocks or 1 block? Because if we do 2 blocks, right, what we can do is we do something like this. Actually, that will work nicely, I think. No! Let's try that again. Thank you. Alright. Because if we do this, that gives us a double bulkhead there. Which means we can take that out, which maximizes that space up for us. Because what I want to do is have a bunch of batteries on board the ship, and the batteries are going to be scattered throughout the ship. So we'll end up with a bunch of things in various locations, hopefully to distribute. Excuse me, hiccups. Hopefully to distribute the load balance a little bit. So we're doing a 2x. So if we're doing a 2x, do we want to do the same here, or do we want to go a little bit more rounded on this side? I think we're going to go a little bit more rounded. So it ends up like that. And that comes straight back. This leaves us a little bit of an overhang so that we can have our thrusters recessed a little bit. And basically, as long as it has a 3 wide block, it's big enough for us to walk through. Had to check to make sure I had the right blocks equipped. Alright. I'm thinking I might just throw another gravity generator down in here while we're working on this thing. So, and then you're going to go this way. And other way. How many did we do? 1, 2, 3. Alright, so we did 3. Alright. So 3, then you are here. We do one of you there. There. And there. We'll figure out the actual angle there once we get a little further in. But I think we're gonna do there, right? Is that right, or did I screw something up? Directly under that, goes all the way back. So that's the way it's going to go there. I know what we can do. We can actually just go like so. Oh, do we want... Actually, no. If we're going to do that, let's get you out of there, get you in there. Because we can just do this instead. Just kind of cheese ball it. Right. I mean, it effectively isn't cheese balling, but you know. Alright, so if we do that, and we go do that. And there. Then we should be able to go no, because that's just going to basically reverse what we have. Decisions. I kind of like that line, but I don't want it to be square-faced all the way through. I want it to come around here on it. Let's get some of this stuff off of our inventory, or off our hotbar really quick. So we'll do that, and do that. I mean, I could just go completely cheese. I don't really use the curves all that much. So we could do something like that. That's what that looks like. We need more curved blocks. They give us some very basic curves, actually. So we could go... See, they give us these like mostly useless block shapes. So if we were to do this, I wouldn't like that. I don't think that would look good. Maybe instead of that, if we did it's different, but I don't know if I like it. I don't think I like it. Alright, so if we just go back to these then.
Meteor storm inbound.
Yeah, I think I like that better. Okay. So we have an idea of what we're doing for the corner then. That sounds like... Man. Holy crap. Asteroids went ham, dude. Alright. So that is actually, this is our air envelope, which aligns to this wall. That should be, actually, 1, 2, hold on a second here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, look at you. We do actually end up losing a little bit of space on that side. And actually, if we take some of this out, hi. Come here, you. So what I'm thinking here is we flip this. Whoa, hello. Sorry for the nausea-inducing. Oh, and then we go like so, like so, and like so. And so this is why I sometimes use Bob when I'm doing these kind of builds.
Energy low.
Because Bob can get in there and not have to worry too much about what's going on. Alright, there we go. And so we end up with something like along those lines. And you are going to go there. And we're going to repeat that over here. There we go. And so what I'm thinking is, since we're losing a little bit of interior space on that side, that means my line over here is off. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2. Yep. That would be why. Alright. Marry you. And you go there. Ah! I feel like I'm in a perpetual Spider-Man kiss here. Alright, and back. Alright, so that actually worked out better than I thought it would. Alrighty then. Well, what did we do for this corner now? Left that blank. Did that. How did we do that? Okay, so we did that to that. All right.
Energy critical.
That can't be right. Well, you know what? It's the inverse of that one? Okay, hold on a second here. Which block is that? You are 2x2x1 invert corner, which should be that one. So the problem was, is that I'm an idiot. Yeah, I'm an idiot. Okay, that actually has to come out one. Yep, one of those days. Okay, that would be why the lines aren't matching up. Swear. Alright, so if we have that, then we go...
No energy.
Ah, crap. Quick, get to the chair! Alright. So we still haven't decided how tall we want to make this thing. What I'm thinking here is that the area that we're working on is actually going to be the below deck area. So what that will mean is that basically this is the lower portion of the ship, and then we'll have the command section or bridge area up here sitting on top of that, which means we have to probably take that out while we're working on it. So it'll be a fairly decent sized shuttle, I think. So what we'll end up with is, if that's going to be docking there, so somewhere in this area is where it's going to have to blend in and merge down. So if we do, what I could do, and it would give me a little bit more headroom if we, I don't know, is headroom important is the question. Yeah. We'll worry about it later, because we can always come back through and detail this out a little bit. Oh, you know what I didn't check? Is this the mod that gives us windows? I don't know if this... It is! It's the one that gives us the little windows. I hope. Let me see. Come on. There's a 1x1. Are you the one that gives me the 1x1 little window? No. So you're gonna give me the 3x3, I think is the... Damn. 5x5. Yeah, so that's the... So basically one large grid, or one large block on the large grid scale is is approximately 5x5 by 5 if you want to go full cube. So for the windows, this is your one large block. One large block. This is 3 large blocks. 2x3, and then you should have a 1x2 right there. That's too bad. I was kind of hoping that this was the one that gave us the little windows. So there's one of the mods actually takes the large grid items and scales it down to the small grid. So it is a 1-to-1 grid size. So if it's using the refineries as an example, it's a 2x2x3. The small grid version of it is also 2x2x3, or 2x2x4 or whatever it is. Which is nice because it means you can get the functionality there. And then what they do is they have a modified power and efficiency ratio based off of the fact that you're kind of cheating. So, all right, so let's get you out of there. Damn, that's really sad. I would really like to have had the tiny windows. But that's okay. Because like I said, we're going to be using this. Because that's 4. So we'll be able to get a bunch of single blocks down here. And that's going to be there. What are you doing? Nothing. I'll take that out just to clean that line up a little bit. And weld these things up real quick. Hurrah! Now the nice thing about the small grids is that they are ridiculously parts efficient. But the bad thing about them is that they are worse than tissue paper for any type of combat situation. Which, like I said, I'm not too concerned over. Mainly because of the fact that I'm not intending to use this as a combat craft, but being able to defend itself is not a bad thing. Alright, so this is what it's looking like so far. Getting all of this welded up here so you can get a slightly better idea of what we're dealing with. And that's gonna... I know some of you have asked me in the past to provide a little bit more of a weld up on it. Mainly because of the fact that the wireframe can get rather confusing if you're not used to it. Well, honestly, it gets confusing even if you are used to it. Bad thing of using small grids is the hitbox detection on them. Alright. So that should give you a little bit better of an idea of what we're looking at right now. And then, like I said, this lower section here, we're probably going to put in... I don't know if we're going to put just batteries in there. Because see... If we go... we could just do something like this. Ah, will you quit doing that? All right. Because that's gonna. So we could do something like that. And then one of the things that I'm thinking about is maybe doing a hydrogen engine in here just as a backup power supply. But I'm not a huge fan. It's like I actually like the model for this thing. I mean, it's an awesome model. But it's annoying in this context because of the fact that, you know, it's just... It would be better if we had something else. Or what we could do is go ahead and just build out the hull. That might be a better idea. We might go ahead and just might just go ahead and build out the hull. Get the entire ship airtight, and then go in and place systems. That might work. Because remember, we do have a little bit of wiggle room here. Alright. So we'll be able to bring these out a little bit for clearance. Alright. So those walls match up. That's a 1. That's 4. So it's 3. So yes. So we'll weld up the areas that we are actually going to use. And this ends up becoming a little bit more of a dropship design. There you go. Which might not be a bad concept to go with. Because what we can do is have, let's see, you're going to be on block out anyway. Oh. So if we do... No. So we'll have to use these guys. Yeah, see, I'm gonna have to load that other mod. So yeah, like I said, there's another mod that will add small grid equivalents, not just allowing you to use the large grid versions. And I may have to load that. Because what it'll do is, instead of having this be a 1x1 large, it gives you a 1x1x1 or a 1x1 small. So I may end up using that. Yeah.
Energy low.
Quite possibly, at least. Alright, so... And you are the small batteries. We can throw you in someplace. Like, I don't know, maybe use these to fill in or something, or even remove some of the blocks and replace them so that they're, like, embedded. Oh, that could be interesting. Alright. So if we're doing that, let's just bring this back a few. Alright, so if we do that, this should actually be big enough for most of what we need. And we're going to need a way to get into and out of the ship when we're on a planet. So I'm thinking... So let's do... those. So we end up with... if we do more of a dropship design... we could get away with... so something like this, maybe? And let's take out...
Energy critical.
give me the damn... sheesh. There you go. Alright, so if we do that... let's grab some hydrogen tanks. Because we're going to need a... this is going to come up a bit. We basically want these to be... oh, it's one block too narrow. Damn it! I thought I had counted better than that. Are you actually heading this way? No, you're going past us. Okay. So what that's going to mean is that we're going to have to take that out. Same over here. And if we're doing that, let's bring this back. Ah. Okay, I'm out of power, but I'm not taking cold damage. What's up with that? I know I'm in survival mode. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if we do that, we bring this in. And then we take our hydrogen tanks. And we are going to mount them here. Actually, I want you up a bit more. Now we could mount them that way. See how that looks. It's supposed to be in one more. Alright. Let's try that again. Right. So if we do that there, do that there. One in the middle that allows us to have, should allow us to have large hydrogen thrusters on the bottom. So if we do that, how tall are you? You are pretty damn tall. You're 3x3 cube. Yeah, so that actually, the tanks have to go up a little higher then. Now, is that enough? Yes, yes it is. Which means not then. Why am I unable to place that? Because it's too close. And boom, look at that. Alright, so that's going to give us lift. We can then go do is offset these a little bit, I think. Let's grab the small conveyor block. Into your plate. Would help if we had a view of those. Okay. Alright, so that gets us started on the general ship design. We have a few details to work out, but we'll work those out as we're working through the overall build. The question is what's this thing going to look like when it's done? Because it really is not meant to be a huge, like deep space, go out on its own exploration. It really is just kind of a runabout. Have some basic material processing and storage capabilities, which we still need to put in. We're going to put in a area for basically cryo storage, so we'll have the ability for people to, have multiple people on board the ship. Probably put a couple of turrets on it. Yeah, so we'll figure it out once we get through the build a little bit further. For now, though, I'm going to go ahead and call this one here. I'm going to thank you for stopping in. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to throw them down in the section below. If you haven't done so already, first time at the channel, or just want to do something nice for me today, be sure you hit that subscribe button. If you want to be kept up to date with new content as it comes out, be sure to ring the bell as well. And on that note, I'm going to get out of here. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Enjoy your week, and we will see you back here next time for more Space Engineers. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody. I have to say, this actually turned out, I'm very happy with the way that this turned out. This hangar is pretty awesome.